in my opinion, this is a case of problem. I think that I realized it wasn't like a fundamentals issue. It's so much more about like having a second look into the problem statement itself. So we're just gonna start diving deep into it. So first thing first is that we start off with this count A to Z, right? So and that um the thing is this, we don't exactly know how this thing work, but what I can say is that what it helps us to do is actually count the number of like each letter that actually occurs. So we're gonna take the it for example. So there's one E, one A, one T, right? So that's one, and obviously this, and this is the same. So the first thing first is that we gonna assign like after we count this thing, right? That means we count like, okay, we have one E, one A, one T. Okay, we assign it into our hash, and on our hash it's attached as our key, right? So our hash will be attached to the whole answer of this whole array list, and that it will count how many of it that have this. So it's obviously this. So therefore this this will be appearing over here because it follows the rules of this. So it's gonna count how many of it with the hash map. And with that being said, that's why the big O time operation will be the number of like elements in the array times the number of letters in each of it, and then multiply by 26, because we don't know the mechanics on how this count actually works, but we do know that maybe it's got to do with like that's the 26 alphabets. Maybe it's gonna like count 26 times at most. Like if that the worst case scenario is that you got to count all the letters from A to Z. That's how I actually predicted. But for this case is maybe say these three letters is just they count these three letters EAT. That's pretty much it. But what I can actually predict is that they are just considering for the worst case scenario, which is big O of like 26 of as such. So I think that's mainly the mechanics. I think one missing fundamental rule that we actually aren't able to actually discover is this one. Unfortunately, I mean it will happen naturally. There's some mechanics that we are being flawed to actually have, but at the foundational level of like this, the root of this problem, it wasn't like because of our research wasn't we don't have like a good foundation knowledge or not. It's so much more about like having a second look towards the problem, and we got the problem solved. So yeah, just like what we say in the first few seconds of the video, it's like problem solved, case solved. So everything comes to an end.